Alright, here we are with SPS Week 2, Season 3. We're going up against the Clutch City Cacturns and Astraeus. Astraeus is a really cool guy. He's helps out in the Discord server a lot, and definitely thankful to him for that. Everything that he does within like the Moltres division, really helpful. So yeah, we didn't face him last season. Even though we were both in Moltres division, but we just never faced him. So this week this season we're going up against him. He made like 5 transactions after week 1, because he got 6-0 in week 1, and then he changed up his team like a lot. So I remember, all I remember is he had like Aurorus and like Arctivish, and he also had like Toxapex. I don't know. It was much different than it is now. So definitely have to prep a little bit different now, because I know he picked up Mudsdale. I think he picked up a Alolan Ninetales. Yeah, he definitely did. Okay. Anyway, let's just move into my team. You can see his team on the screen there, obviously. I'm bringing Banded Dragapult. I may change up the EVs. Like I might give 28 in special attack, just to make sure, and then make myself like a negative special defense nature, just so I can hit a little bit harder with the Hydro Pump. Basically, the Hydro Pump's there just for Mudsdale and Heatran, I guess. But yeah, otherwise, Banded Dragapult kind of does a lot here. I'm really wishing this Pokemon had Shadow Claw, but I really didn't want to run a special set. I definitely think Blissey is a bring. It deals really nice with Xurkitree and Mega Pidgeot and Dragapult if I'm special, so I definitely need to be able to like Dragon Darts, do a lot of damage to that thing. Mudsdale is a great switch-in if he knows my set. I think his default switch-in is going to be Blissey though, because even if I'm banded, he can take a hit, and like if I go for Dragon Darts, if I go for U-turn and he comes in, like he can calc the damage and see that I'm adamant banded, and then he can just bring in Mudsdale from then on, which is why I have the Hydro Pump. I need something to hit that Mudsdale in case it switches into me, because if I go for Dragon Dance once, it's going to boost his defense, and then it hits him again and it's going to boost his defense again. So that's just no bueno para mí. So yeah, other than that, I mean, it outspeeds everything. I'm actually not running enough speed for a max speed Crobat, because I'm thinking he'd just speed creep Pidgeot, Mega Pidgeot, and that way I can run Adamant Nature. So yeah, that's that. Pretty much, I mean, we pretty much did everything here. I was thinking Steel Wing instead of Hydro Pump at first, and then I changed it to Sucker Punch, and then I just changed it to Hydro Pump because I don't really feel like bringing Steel Wing just for Alolan Ninetales. Especially if it's Scarfed, it won't really matter. So yeah, that's that. Next up we have Kama, our Slowking. Physically defensive for Mega Gallade. I used this set in like a speed tour against Mega Gallade, and it absolutely just walled the hell out of it. It's really nice. Not saying it's gonna work here, but I'm just saying, like, Slowking, I definitely want to try it out in this matchup because it's great for a few things. Like it's great for Heatran, it's great for Crobat, it's great for Mudsdale. Obviously Mega Gallade is there for the Mega Gallade. Like, I have the Cooler Berry so I can take a knockoff well. If he tries to set up, I'll just teleport out into something that can outspeed and knock it out pretty much. So I feel like this is probably a decent team to be set up against the Mega Gallade. And I'll kind of go talk about that a little bit more later. But yeah, this is basically just a pivot here to teleport around. Scald is a great move here. Toxic I wanted for the Blissey in case I'm like in a 1v1 with Blissey. I want to be able to Toxic it. I know it can switch out, but at least I can try to force him to switch out. My teleport, actually I'm going to change that right now. My teleport, I want always to go after Blissey's, so I'm going to make myself as slow as I possibly can, just so that Blissey cannot like out slow teleport me, right? Because if it goes min speed and I'm not min speed, it'll probably outspeed me, or out teleport. Anyway, yeah, you get it. Next up is Deli, our Copperajah. This is basically my best answer to Hydreigon because Wheezing will probably bring Flash Cannon for Galarian Wheezing. And he honestly could definitely bring Fire Blast because he doesn't really need Dragon Stab. If he just brings Dark Pulse, Flash Cannon, Flamethrower, Fire Blast, and U-Turn, he's in a really good position to just kind of go through my team. Or if he just runs Focus Blast. Focus Blast will hit Copper Jaw, it'll hit Incineroar, it'll hit Diggersby. So that's definitely a potential for him. But yeah, Hydreigon is definitely a threat, but I'm thinking this is my best way of potentially beating it. I'm also gonna run heavy metal so that heavy slam does a lot more. I can actually, well, no, I was running max HP, max attack adamant, but I changed it because I really want the bulk on this thing. Heavy slam is just nice for stab. Play rough will hit Mega Gallade, but mainly Hydreigon because I'm not staying in against Mega Gallade. Earthquake can hit Heatran if I really want to stay in against it, or if I'm predicting the switch. Which I probably will have the leverage to do so if I'm against like Hydreigon. And then Rock Slide is really there for just for Crobat, I guess. So I can hit that thing, and I guess, no, yeah, that's it. Might change Rock Slide because I'm assuming Heavy Slam does almost just as much. Or just as much, honestly. But I can't run Stealth Rocks because I'm out of Assault Vest. Yeah, we'll look at it. Next up we have Scarf Diggersby here for basically a lot of things. I can U-turn out against a lot of things. I'm adamant. What's that? I think the speed is for the same speed tier I'm looking at with Crobat. Like if Crobat is speed creeping Mega Pidgeot, I can run Choice Scarf and I'll outspeed. I'll be able to go adamant here just barely, and outspeed the Crobat if he is speed creeping my max speed Mega Pidgeot. Which again, he could run max speed, but I just don't see that really. It's great for Mega Gallade if I teleport, if I have any kind of damage off on Mega Gallade, and he Swords Dances in front of my Slowking and I teleport, I can just bring this Pokemon out. Excuse me. He can't Shadow Sneak me because I'm a normal type, and then I can just Earthquake him. So that would be great. Knockoff will hit Decidueye that resists my dual stab really well. And then Body Slam just to hit like Crobat, I guess. And well, I also can't hit Rotom very well unless I'm running Knockoff, which luckily I am. So there's that. Then we have Mutiny, our Hitmonlee. I think Hitmonlee has a pretty good matchup here. He doesn't have the best fighting resists. I mean, he's got Crobat, Decidueye, Rotom, and Gallade, Mega Gallade. But if I get a Curse off, so basically the point is, I didn't want to bring the Misty Terrain Galarian Weezing. I thought I had a pretty bad matchup here. So I just wanted to bring like the White Herb, so I have two options with the White Herb Unburden. I can either go for Curse, which is gonna basically, it's gonna lower my attack and defense or raise my attack and defense and then lower my speed, but the White Herb is gonna make my speed go back to neutral, and it's also gonna activate my Unburden, which is great. Or I can just go for Close Combat, which will lower my defenses, but then the White Herb's going to bring them back up to normal. And then the Unburden's going to activate and my speed is doubled. So either way, like if I go for Curse, it's only a one-time thing. So I'm either going for Curse or Close Combat. And once I go for Close Combat, I basically can't use Curse because I'll just lower my speed, which would be annoying. Maybe in a certain situation it would be helpful, but yeah. And then if I go for Curse, I can go for Close Combat. I just have to understand my defenses are going to be lowered. So yeah, then we had Knockoff and Rock Slide. Rock Slide hits Crobat, Knockoff hits Decidueye, and I guess Gallade. We need to whittle Gallade a little bit before we can knock it out with the Knockoff. I wonder if does Close Combat do more? It actually does. Yeah, that's right. Close Combat does more. And Gallade's his only priority, so, and Shadow Sneak, which is not... Oh wait, he does have Sucker Punch Decidueye. Forgot about that. That thing does get... And Aqua Jet Empoleon. Okay, I'm looking at it more. Sucker Punch Rotom. But yeah, Adamant Nature. Hopefully we can just kind of try to late game sweep with this mod. Last but not least, we have Mega Pidgeot. Outspeeding Mega Gallade. And we got Hurricane, U-Turn, Mudslap, Roost. So the idea with this Gold Burb here is Heat Wave would really only come into effect against Alolan Ninetales, and I have Copper Jaw as a great switch into that anyway. Oh, by the way, pertaining to Alolan Ninetales, I do have Infiltrator, so the Aurora Veil for this Pokemon is not going to matter. I think that's important to note because he definitely could just lead Alolan Ninetales and set up a screen or whatever and just be annoying with that. So I've got, actually let me change this, I guess Tangled Feet, sure, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I've got Hurricane, U-Turn, Mudslap, Roost. Mudslap is nice for Empoleon and Heatran. It actually does less to both of them than Hurricane, but it'll lower their accuracy. So the point is I'm going to try to, if either of those Pokemon come in on me, I'm assuming he's bringing one of them, probably Heatran. I can Mudslap it, do a decent amount. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's only 20 base power, but it's 4 times super effective, so it's going to be, what is that, 80 power? And then I'll be lowering his accuracy, which is nice for things like Toxic and Magma Storm. And I can just roost off if he gets me lower or something like that, and hope that he misses. I guess it's allowed because I'm not just like lowering his accuracy. It's actually a move that's doing damage, and the damage is a big part of why I have it there. It's not just, oops, it's not just. I don't know if you saw that, but whatever. It's not just to lower their accuracy, and I'm really not going to be using it unless I'm against Empoleon or Heatran, really. Or maybe if I really need to somehow beat Blissey, I don't know. So yeah, it'll just like Oko Glade too, so it's really nice to have there. And again, he can't Shadow Sneak me on normal type. So yeah, that's the team. I'm expecting probably Mega Glade, Hydreigon, Heatran, Blissey, Mudsdale, and could be a few different things. I mean, I don't think Crobat comes. I'm kind of scared of Crobat, but I don't think it's gonna come, honestly. Probably Alolan Ninetales, just because of its ability to Aurora Veil, and that could be annoying. And it's good against a few monthly. It's great for Dragapult, Tangrowth, Slowking, Diggersby, yeah, Alola, Pigeon, yeah. So it's pretty nice against a lot. So that's what I'm predicting: Mega Glade, Hydreigon, Heatran, Mudsdale, Alolan Ninetales, Blissey. So let's see if I'm right. I'm gonna cut to the battle right here, and I believe I'm having the battle later today. I don't know exactly when, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll cut to the battle here. So yeah, wish me luck. All right, here we are with the battle. Going up against the Clutch City Cacturns and Astraeus. He's got a team of Alola Ninetales, Blissey, Hydreigon, Mega Glade, Heatran, and Decidueye. So pretty much everything I expected except for I thought Decidueye would either be Mudsdale or Crobat, but either way, looks like I was really surprised not to see the Mudsdale, but looking at this team, I'm thinking if we get some chip on Glade, Hitmonlee's in a really good position to try to sweep once I get a curse up. I know that Aurora Veil is going to be a thing from Ninetales, so we gotta look out for that. Also, DD Dragapult's looking nice. I changed it to, oh, I actually forgot to say this, but I changed Dragapult to Dragon Dance instead of Choice Banded because I had a mock, shout out Big Will, and in that mock, like, I don't know, a few hours before the game, it became very evident that Dragon Dance Dragapult was actually better than Banded here, because if I do get a Dragon Dance up, you know, it's really hard for my opponent to beat me, unless they play around Phantom Force really well. But yeah. Anyway, so we've got that, and oh, also disclaimer: I changed Mega Pidgeot to Heat Wave instead of Mudslap because Mudslap is not allowed. Actually, I thought it was, but it's not. I checked the rules before the game, and it's not. So I just changed it. So everything else is the same. Just Hurricane, Heat Wave, U-Turn, and Roost. Doesn't end up mattering at all. So yeah, as far as lead, I'm gonna lead with Jaw here because it's decent against a lot of his leads. If he wants to lead like Hydreigon, it's fine. Maybe he wants to lead Alola Tails to get up the screen. Maybe he wants to lead Blissey to just teleport out. So it's decent against all three of those. Even Heatran with Rocks, I might even want to just stay in and go for Earthquake. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the battle right now. I'm going to lead with Copperajah as he leads with Hydreigon. So it's probably a Scarfed Hydreigon. He U-turns out as I make the turn 1 play and click Earthquake on the Heatran. So doing 70% there. He's got the leftovers. So here I believe I just click it again because I wasn't really afraid of the amount of damage. Like I knew he was fully physically defensive by the way he took that Earthquake. So I know I could take like a Magma Storm or something like that. So I just went for it again. And then he goes into Decidueye. I'm able to go into Goldburb. Really nothing he can do outside of U-turn. And so yeah. Able to get in the Mega Pidgeot. I'll go for U-turn here because I knew it was going to switch. And in comes the Diggersby. I go for knockoff here, hoping that he'd switch, but I also was kind of thinking he'd teleport. I didn't want to bring in Dragapult too early though, so I go for the knockoff. I knock off the boots, which is completely irrelevant in this game because I don't have any hazards. So I go into Copperajah as I see the Aurora Veil. Pretty obvious. Now we can kind of tell if he's going to be like Clay by how many turns the Aurora Veil's up. So he goes into Ruby here, which I really wanted to predict again, but I was thinking just in case he predicts me to go for Earthquake and goes into Hydreigon, I want to get some damage off on that Pokemon. So, yeah, now I'm going to switch into Kama here as he goes for the Magma Storm, trapping me in. And he's going to be able to go for the rocks next turn. I can't really kill him because of the Aurora Veil is up, so I'm just going to teleport. As, well, actually, I don't know if it would have killed, but I wasn't going to risk it. So I go into Dragapult here, and I do have Infiltrator, so the Aurora Veil is going to mean nothing to me. Okay, that's a text message. Sorry about that. It's probably really annoying. I guess I can check if it was that bad. So I miss a Hydro Pump, which in that case is actually kind of good, and I'll kind of explain that later. So he goes for Aurora Veil. As I switch into Copperajah. Here I do go for Earthquake, predicting the Heatran. He makes a good play here going into the Hydreigon, especially because he had the Aurora Veil up, so he felt a little bit more comfortable doing that. So he goes for Dark Pulse here, right? And I get Flinch. I'm just gonna stay in and click Play Rough. It does anywhere from like 50 to 60% to him. So I really want to get some damage. Actually, no, it does like 55 to 65, so it would have done a lot of damage. I get Flinch the first time and then I miss, so I'm not able to do any damage to this Hydreigon, which sucks, but it is what it is. It's part of the game, I guess. I was just kind of mad at that, but I wasn't saying anything or anything. I just didn't want to talk about it. So at this point, I'm pretty sure he's Scarfed. I'm gonna go for U-turn here, and he has Flame Body, and he burns me. So he burns Diggersby. This is just a bad situation, so I just say F it. I'm just gonna go into Dragapult and click Dragon Dance. Because it still has a good chance to help me whittle some things and try to win the game. I can go for the Dragon Dance here. He brings in Blissey as he probably thought I was like fully special since I had Hydro Pump. So that's why I brought in Blissey, but then I'm just able to Dragon Darts and knock that Pokemon out. So he goes into Ruby here. I know he's fully physically defensive, and I'm actually able to knock him out with Hydro Pump. Hydro Pump. Which is awesome. And he did have Roar, so if I missed that and he went for Roar, that'd be really bad. So he goes for Ice Shard here, which is interesting. I thought I'd go for like, I don't know, like Aurora Veil, but yeah, he has the Hail too, which could whittle me, but I do have the leftovers, which is really nice. So I have Phantom Force there. He knows, because he's Life Orb, I know he's not gonna live it. He wouldn't run max HP Life Orb, and the only way he could live one at +1 was if he's max HP. So I go for, so he switches into Hydreigon, right? I should have gone for it again. I was just afraid he was going to Roost that turn. So I just wanted to play it safe and go for that. But at the same time, it was really obvious that he would bring in Ninetales. And because he's Scarf, he wouldn't have Roost and Scarf. And even if he did, it wouldn't be an issue for me. He goes for Aurora Veil there instead of Ice Shard, which is going to ensure that I don't die to a Shadow Sneak from Mega Gallade. Obviously I have an Infiltrator, so this Aurora Veil means nothing. So he goes to Mega Gallade, and Shadow Sneak goes off. I go for Phantom Force just because it wasn't a guaranteed kill. Dragon Darts was not a guaranteed kill, so I wanted to make sure I do get that that kill off. So he goes into Hydreigon, I knock him out, which is nice. And now he goes into Gallade. I'm thinking he's definitely gonna Shadow Sneak, right? So I can just go into Mega Pidgeot and preserve my differential. But at the same time, I'm like, there's no way that I risk this, and he somehow goes for close combat and knocks out my Pidgeot, and then everything's kind of ruined. That would really suck. So that did not happen. He ended up going for Swords Dance there. So I'm just able to get the 6-kill, 5-0 win with this Pokemon. He doesn't have Sucker Punch, so basically that turn, if I switch into Mega Pidgeot, it's okay because he went for Swords Dance, and Auroraville faded that turn, so I would have just been able to Hurricane. I didn't know that Auroraville was just went away, but it did. So with the set he had, he sent me all his sets after the game, and it was a guaranteed OHKO. Did like minimum 110% to him. So that's that. Good game to Astraeus. Had the good matchup with DD Pult, and he made one misplay with the Auroraville. That, oh, by the way, I'm pretty sure he would not have made that play if I hit the Hydro Pump, because he would have known. Like, he would have thought I didn't have much special attack investment. I had like 28 EVs in special attack. But he wouldn't have known that at that point. He would have thought, okay, like if I land the first Hydro Pump against the Lolitails is what I'm talking about. He would have thought I'm like Specs with how much damage I'm doing. And then he would have seen that I had Dragon Dance. So he would have been thinking, like, how did he do that much damage with Hydro Pump? Then he probably would have figured out that I was Infiltrator. Or at least remembered that this Pokemon gets Infiltrator. So that actually kind of worked to my advantage, missing that Hydro Pump. Because it kind of lowered his awareness for that ability there. So, yeah. That is going to be that. Good game to Astraeus again. Next week, I actually don't know who we face. But, yeah. Dragapult with 10 kills and 0 deaths should put me at the top of the MVP race so far, and yeah, just glad to get a win here. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.